Hi, my name is Nate Ng. I'm a marketing coordinator and music instructor at Notable Music Therapy Services in Reno, Nevada. Thanks for joining me today for our music and mindfulness video. Right now we're on the Truckee River. You might see some fun rafters floating down, but it's a beautiful day, so I decided to get outside. Today we're going to be doing some tapping exercises, and then we're going to work on some mindfulness with masks. So right now, Governor Sisolak just enacted that everybody needs to be wearing a mask in public and even private businesses starting June 26th, Friday. So good timing. I know everybody has mixed feelings on a mask, but we're going to be doing some mindfulness exercises to help with that and try to make it a more positive experience. So first, let's get settled into our bodies. Let's kind of get connected to where we are. If you want to take a walk outside and join me outside, that'd be great. If not, you can totally just stay right where you are. But let's take a second to check in with our bodies, okay? And we can go through with our mind, but we're going to use our hands today to tap. And you can use whatever you want to tap yourself. If you don't want to use your hand, you can use like a stick, maybe a feather might be nice, but we're bringing in awareness to our senses. We're bringing in energy to our bodies, okay? So let's see. Our first thing that we're gonna start tapping with is our hands, okay? So we're taking our right hand and we're gonna start tapping up and down our arm, okay? We're waking up all of our blood vessels and cells, telling it to move along in our body. I'm gonna be moving across on my chest, and then I'm gonna switch off hands and go onto my right hand. Back and forth. Okay, now we're gonna use both hands. We're gonna kind of lightly tap on our chest, on our rib cage, up and down. You can hum and hear the modulation of your voice. And so what we're doing is we're tapping in, waking up these energy sources, okay? Now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna stand up and do it on our legs, okay? So we can use kind of a fist or open hand, okay? Let's try that. So we're gonna start on the legs, bring it up to the knees, up to the thighs, and now we're gonna go back of the legs. Okay, one more time. All right, now we can sit back down, kind of ground, and I want you to sit for 1 second and kind of feel any difference in energy. Some people will sometimes experience like a slight tingling or vibration. All of these are normal things, and it's really just getting that blood starting to circulate and move, okay? Now, next thing that we're going to start talking about is our masks, which I have my mask in my pocket for this occasion. It's a really cool Battle-Born, stay home, stay safe, stay open mask. Was just donated to us. So mask, I'm sure nobody really wants to be wearing them, right? But now it is a public mandate that we have to be wearing masks. Okay, so whether any age, we can make this a more fun and pleasant experience, okay? So I like to go back to the Beatles song, a very famous Beatles song, I think you might know it, called Hey Jude, right? And one of the lyrics in it is, hey Jude, don't make it bad, take a sad song and make it better, right? So we can kind of think of this mask mandate as a sad song, right? Nobody wants to do it, but we can make it better, okay? And making it better happens with our mentality, our mindfulness about how we do things. And a lot of times we act out based off, or we act or react based out of our mentality, right? Or a mindfulness. So sometimes we're in a fear-based mentality, or sometimes we're in a love and open mentality, okay? So I'll go through a few examples on what a fear-based mentality would look like. So when you're putting on your mask, you might think, if you're in a fear-based mentality, this sucks, this is so stupid, I look like an idiot, what is this gonna do? I don't care about anybody else, I know I'm healthy, I don't care about If I get sick, I know I'm not going to. What are a few other kind of things? And these are all natural thoughts. So if you have them, that's okay. You don't have to be ashamed of them. We can just accept that where we're coming from is more of a fear-based mentality. So what purpose does this do? Really, it's just kind of, it deflects any positive benefits to yourself or anybody else, okay? And so let's switch that, and let's think of it coming from the perspective of a loving and open mentality. So when you put your mask on, you could be thinking, I am providing health to myself, and I'm protecting myself, and I'm protecting others that I care for and care about me. So we're switching that mentality of selfishness, and we're opening it up to more compassionate for our community. Another thing is, a mask is an expression of my personality, so you can kind of make it into a fun game of expression. You could say, I am showing that I care about people and that I care about people's health, even if I don't know them. And we're slowly kind of changing the thoughts that are triggered when we put on our mask. And we can think about routines or patterns just like music, right? So a pattern that we do a lot, or even like a melody, will get stuck in our head, right? I'm sure we'll all be singing Hey Jude later because of that melody. So let's think of that kind of same concept as the thoughts and mentality that get stuck in our head. So if we have a positive conditioning, every time we put on a mask, we think positive thoughts, then we will slowly have that conditioned into our brain. So we're not going to put on our mask and start thinking negatively. We're going to put on our mask and start thinking positive thoughts about strength, about health, about caring for each other. And this is a symbol for that. And so try to keep that in mind as you do your daily routines. Of course, a mask is one thing, but it is a routine, but we can also think of it as a sacred ritual. By sacred meaning, it's just very special. We put a lot of intention behind it. So I invite you, I'm gonna read off a quote that I have, and it's kind of a mantra, but for example, next time you go to the grocery store or a store or outside with other people and you need to put a mask on, let this loving kindness meditation be your mantra for reprogramming our brain, reconditioning it to know that a mask is a symbol of our health and our wanting that health for our community, okay? So as you put your mask on, you can envision this, you can say it in your head, you could say it out loud, you could say it with other people around you. You don't have to be afraid of it. But you are going to be repeating this. May I be happy, may I be well, may I be filled with kindness and peace. May I be happy, may I be well, may I be filled with kindness and peace. So as you're strapping this on, you can be saying it. And another fun thing to do is replace you for I. So may you be happy, may you be well, may you be filled with kindness and peace. Okay? And as you say that and put it on, you're literally reprogramming your brain to associate these words with the mask. And that is going to do a lot of good in your life, honestly, because everybody deserves to be happy and everybody deserves to have a peaceful mindset, right? I don't think anybody is trying to argue that we're trying to make people unhappy, but we all just, right now, are mandated to wear masks. So we have two choices: to take this sad song and make it better, or we can just be angry and upset. But I don't think that's deserving of anybody, and I hope you feel the same way. Obviously, if you're watching these videos, I believe that you do. And remember that we can have the mask be a reminder, almost like a meditative check-in with ourselves. When we put it on, what are we feeling? We can check in if we're feeling anxious, if we're in that fear mentality, or if we're in a loving mentality. It can remind us of our breath, our importance of our breath. When we take it off, we can be really grateful about what we have. And bringing it back to gratitude is always a very important thing when you find yourself in a fear mentality of not having enough or being afraid of something. You can be grateful for what you have. So I'm grateful I can still be around others. I'm grateful something as simple as a piece of cloth can keep me and the people I love in my community protected and healthy. I'm grateful that I can proactively do something to keep others happy. I'm grateful for my breath. My mask is a symbol of my love and compassion to others. So really go back to that reprogramming. What is the narrative when you put on a mask? What are you thinking? And try to bring it back to positivity, to empowerment, to health, and to peace, and to strength. And with that, don't have too much else, and I forgot an instrument to come down to the river, but that's okay, because we're surrounded with a lot of fun instruments, right? So to finish off this music and mindfulness, I'm going to find something to jam with, and we're gonna make a little bit of music. So I have a water bottle, which is metal. Pretty good sound, and here's a stick. I think we already have a little bit of a drum set coming together, and I'm gonna use my feet in the water because it feels really good. And there's a kind of a kick drum, maybe you could say, with slamming my foot into the rock, all right? A unique sounding kick drum. So I'm starting out with just quarter notes, kind of getting a rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're in a group, you can do this with others, maybe slowly tapping the water, right? This is actually a really fun experience because it's sensual as well. So we're using a lot of our senses. It'd be even more fun if I jumped in the water and I didn't care about getting super wet. But I'm gonna keep this quarter note going. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna do a clave rhythm on my water bottle, which is a universal rhythm that I know you've heard in a song or two, which goes ba, 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 ba. I'm gonna hold my instrument a little bit differently so you can hear it better. 2, 3, 4. 1, and now again a little bit. I'm going to take a sip of my water and go back to that mindfulness of being grateful for what I have, which is my health, water, not only going in me, around me, and the sunshine and nature. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that you can be a little bit more mindful when we are going through in and out of these phases where we have to wear masks, where we have to self-isolate. We can always have the opportunity to take a sad song and make it better. So with that, cheers and have a good musical day.